Okay guys, so I recently made a video on my channel speaking about switching to swing trading, and this isn't something that was going to be overnight. I'm not just going to all of a sudden abandon my current way of trading to go into swing trading, because although it is the same strategy, the style, the whole aspect of swing trading is a lot different to what I'm used to. With my day trading, I was entering positions and within 45 minutes, an hour, I was either hitting stop loss or hitting take profit. And that was, a way I actually enjoyed at the time. But swing trading, I feel like, 3 months in, it's a lot easier, in my opinion. The setups are easier to identify. The actual trades I'm taking are a lot cleaner. So there's not a lot of consolidation. And I feel like the chance of being stopped out quickly and then going to take profit is very, very slim. Also, one of the main benefits is actually holding through news, which is one of the main reasons why I actually wanted to do it, especially with prop firms. Obviously, I'm not trading it on prop firms yet, but that will be the end goal. Trade it on prop firms and then fund my personal swing account as a result of that. But I'm still doing my current day trading alongside. And, we've had a very, very good month day trading this month so far, making almost 9% profit. And this was a combination of NFP trading, not actual NFP, but post NFP. So you often see the half an hour after NFP has a nice move. And that's the one I usually catch. And I made just over 5% on that and just under 3% on another position a couple of days ago, which was very, very nice, which was GU short positions. And on that account, I'm obviously still trading solely GBP USD, the pair I've traded for the last couple of years now. Obviously, I used to trade gold a lot, but filtered more towards GBP USD now, as gold, the volatility was quite crazy. And although I was profitable using it, GBP USD was actually more profitable. I was having fewer drawdown periods, which again, for funded accounts is kind of key. Drawdown is never good on a funded account. So that is kind of what I was avoiding. And hopefully swing trading will give the same opportunities. So it's been 3 months. And in this video, I'm going to go through each month, maybe show some trade examples as well, but just mainly talk about the performance, what I currently think about the future of swing trading for my own trading, and just go into some of the stats. So I was actually considering starting a group where I share every single trade I take with the swing trading. Obviously, it's not a perfected strategy, so it's not going to be like, oh, buy here and you're going to make 10% profit per month. That's not going to be the case. But a lot of people obviously want to know the trades I'm taking, and if I'm sharing them all on YouTube afterwards anyway, maybe I could share them for you guys as well if you are interested. So if you would be interested in a group where I share before I take every single one of these swing trades, there's not a lot of trades, 14 trades over 3 months, averages out at just over 4 trades per month. It's not going to be like a trade every single session like a lot of people expect, but if you are interested, just comment down below so I know if there is a demand there for that, and maybe I could set something up for the swing trade lovers. So I do have it connected to my FX book. Not sure if I'm going to make it public or not. Maybe after 6 months, 12 months, I'll make it public. But the main reason why I have it connected is so I could show you the performance. I could come on here and say month 1 was 10%, month 2 was 15%, but there's no way to actually back that up, obviously. So I have connected to my FX book to show you guys, which I'll go through in a minute, but we're going to go month by month to show you the performance. So month 1 was not really a full month. And the reason was I actually started this account at the kind of a week before the end of the month. So I didn't really get an opportunity to trade for a full month, but we still ended in profit. And you'll see the profit amounts and you'll be like, oh, well, it's not a lot of profit. But remember, this is one of my accounts. So I have my day trading account, I have my swing account, and this account is mainly just, it doesn't take any time out of my normal trading. So I have my normal trading hours. Swing trading, I just enter whenever I get an alert. So I do my weekly analysis. Okay, I'll see there are key areas. Because I'm trading on the 4 hour, you don't have to look every single morning, every single session, because there's certain criteria that I actually look for, which don't happen every single day. So that's why I'm not entering 10, 20, 30 trades a month. There's only a few trades per month, ideally. And then I will see if there's a setup. I'll set an alert, 5, 10 pips away. When I'm day trading, my alerts are actually tighter to the entry, but swing trading, because of the high time frame, you can get away with 5, 10 pips away, and to set the alert to see if the trade is still valid. I don't really do market execution It's mainly just limits because I don't want to have any human error when I'm actually entering trades. What was happening in the past was price would get into the entry zone and I'd be like, oh, I'm going to enter, just wait for it to push down a little bit more, or then it will reject slightly and I'll be like, oh, I missed the trade. And then your entry can be kind of different to your intended entry, which isn't ideal. Had the limits to kind of avoid that, and it seems to be working. I use it in my day trading, I use it in my swing trading, so there is no reason to change that. This first month, I did actually have a few trades, but not all of those hit stop loss or take profit. And you'll notice when I'm actually trading on the 15-minute time frame with my day trading, oftentimes I'll just say the trade's going to hit the stop loss or the take profit, and that's it. I don't usually close out early. I don't usually close out in profit or in drawdown, but this swing trading is very, very different. And this is why I'm not going to adopt it straight away into my normal trading. It's just testing at the moment. But the reason why is because there's such a big movement in price. My take profits are, hundreds of pips in most scenarios. If a trade does become invalid, I don't then want to see a 100 pip drop down to my entry or to break even, or even to stop loss. If the trade becomes invalid, I'm going to get out the trade. So there will be some trades that are either closed at break even, closed slightly in profit, or slightly in a loss, and that is the reason behind that. If a trade is no longer valid, I won't want to be in that trade. Why would I want to be in a trade that doesn't look good and that doesn't fit my strategy? It wouldn't make sense. So making 1% per month, again, is good. It's beating the S&P 500, which again, a lot of people don't think this, but if you're making less than 8% per year from your trading, you might as well just put it into an index fund and get your 8% per year. Firstly, it requires no work. You're just making that 8% on average without any work. It's truly passive once you've actually done that investment. If your dividends reinvest themselves, even better, because you don't even have to do that yourself. And then it just means that you can just make 8% forever. Obviously, it's not guaranteed because we never know what's going to happen in the future, but based off of historical results, that is what you can expect. So that was month one. And if I actually show you down here, month one, we actually entered on multiple different pairs and we ended with 1.2%. So GU, obviously the most highly traded pair, but there's one trade on all these others, including GA, EU, EA, and AU. Back in the day when I first started trading with prop firms, I did like trading with AU. Most of my trades were GU or AU or even gold for the prop firms back then. But if we're looking here, obviously GU has the most trades. It's only 2, but that's fine. So moving on to month number 2, and this was my first full month swing trading. So the first month where I had the first to the last day of the month. I don't know what that was in the second month of the swing trading, but full month trading. And this one again did end in profit. We ended with just over 2.36% profit. If I average 2.36% for the whole year per month, that's a very, very good return. You're looking at over 26% profit for the year, which I'd be very, very happy with. A lot of people don't see that as a lot, like I said previously, but it's mainly due to your account size. If you're trading with larger accounts, 2.3% is a very, very nice return per month. If it's a 400k account, you're making over 6 figures a year just by making just over 2%. Let alone 2.36%. So I'm pretty happy with it. And the main reason why I'm happy with it is it only takes me a couple of hours per month. So I probably say 3 to 4 hours per month of actual trading. Obviously I can just check the chart, see what's happening when I'm in a position, but I don't have to do that. I just do that because I want to be kept up to date. Actual trading wise, only a couple of hours max. And that's kind of the goal with this swing trading. I didn't want to be on the charts hours per day looking for setups, managing positions and everything like that. That wasn't really the goal for the switch. Otherwise I would have just kept with day trading and just added more pairs or added more setups, but that wasn't the goal I was actually looking to have. So that is the reason why I'm happy with these small gains. And this month was a full trading month, and if we look here, we entered a lot of different positions. We had one trade on all of these different pairs. We had GU, GBP CAD, GBP AUD, AUD CAD, and USD CAD. Again, a lot of different pairs, but a lot of these trades weren't actually stop loss or take profit. We have a lot of break-even trades, which I've noticed that happens quite a lot in comparison to my normal day trading. The amount of trades that I'd actually have break-even in my day trading was very, very few, especially if you look at it month by month basis. Whereas with swing trading, I have a lot of trades that don't hit take profit or don't hit stop loss because they become invalid. This is obviously something to look into. It's not perfect strategy yet, and I'm still testing it, but the results don't seem too bad at the moment. Now, if it's profitable over the first 3 months, that is a very, very good sign. But again, anything could happen over the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. So that is why I'm being transparent with every result I'm actually making with this swing trading. So ending the month with 2.36%, it's a very, very good month. 2 winning months in a row, it's amazing. And then moving on to month 3, which is the current month, which is May. Again, the month isn't actually over yet. We actually have a few more days, 3 more trading days, including today. But the month has actually been quite slow. Even for my day trading, even for the majority of people I know in trading, they found this month quite difficult, mainly because the lack of setups. The price movement hasn't really been great to actually get trades, to actually find trades to actually take. So when I was actually swing trading, I only found, I think, 3 positions in the whole month, which again isn't ideal. And I'm going to go into a setup in a minute. I just got it up on the screen, and this is a good example of when I actually close a trade early and why I actually do it. So this month we're actually down 0.89%. I'm not expecting to win every single month, and this is completely fine. I know that a few months of the year of profit can make up the yearly profit. So even if I lose for 6 months and my losses are relatively small, and I know that if I have 3-4 good winning trades in a row, that can be upwards of 10-12%, with a good risk to reward. It just happens at the moment that I haven't had, a long winning streak as of yet, and that's completely fine. I'm happy with what's happening so far, but it also does mean that if I just show you the trades, 2 trades on Euro AUD and 1 trade on AUD CAD. I find a lot of trades trading with the Australian dollar, which is quite interesting. But you'll see the stats here and the equity graph. We're up 2.6% over 3 months, which again doesn't seem like a lot, but we're only 3 months in. And this was the first month, the second month, and then you'll see the equity growth was actually at 4%. So we're actually up on the account, but then the trade actually closed in a loss, which I will go into now. So this was the most recent trade I've actually taken. And again, it's quite a simple setup. So we obviously had this imbalance area, and then when price actually retested into this imbalance area, our limit got tagged in, and then the trade went into profit. You'll notice here we did actually tag in, but because it is the 4-hour time frame and the accounts don't really have the best spread, we didn't actually get tagged in here. That's completely fine. The trade was still valid for me. So when price actually came back down with this wick in here, this was actually a news event that tagged in this trade, which again, if I was trading on my day trading, I wouldn't have been in the trade for this news event, so it wouldn't have been valid. But because I'm swing trading and I know that with a 40 pip stop loss, the likelihood of it wicking all the way down is very slim, so the trade was still valid for me, hence why I kept the position on. After this, we pretty much instantly rallied, and when I say instantly, that is these 4 candles here are 16 hours of price action, so it's not as instant as you would expect, but for the swing trading, it's pretty instant. We broke above the previous high here, which I have marked, and then we kind of halted. And this again is not a great sign when price just suddenly starts melting down, but it did kind of stabilize in this support resistance area. And a lot of people say support resistance doesn't work. I mean, you can clearly see that this area has been holding, and I do use it as areas of interest. You could technically say that this area here was a resistance. It broke and retested here as support. So again, multiple different ways of getting in a trade, but it all kind of does boil down to areas that are being retested, support, resistance, supply, demand, whatever you want to call it. It's all basically the same thing, but just rebranded by a different name. But that's completely fine. We're obviously still in the trade for all of this because, again, we were still not breaking structure to the downside. But when price actually broke down here, this is when I got out of the trade. And this trade could still probably go to take profit. I'm not saying that it's now going to sell off because no one really knows what's going to happen. But we obviously had this area here, these 2 lows. And although I know the price is consolidating here because we're struggling to break the highs, we're struggling to break the lows, when price does actually break to the downside, in my strategy anyway, this means it's a sign to get out of the trade. So this trade actually closed in profit. I think it was just under 1% because obviously of the swap fees, which do seem to be quite high. When I'm in a trade for, over, I think this trade was about 7 days, 7-8 days. which is I think my longest ever trade. So that was quite testing on the psychology, especially when prices going up and down. You're fluctuating from just over 2.5% to just over 1%, and it can be quite testing, especially with the patience. But again, it has definitely improved my patience with trading this style anyway. I'm used to being in trades for multiple days now, and again, that's completely fine because I know that the strategy is a strategy and I'm letting it play out. Again, price is consolidating now, so I'm not really interested in this setup. I just have it on the chart so I could show you guys, and after I enter a trade, I take a screenshot. After I exit the trade, I take a screenshot for my journal, and then that's completely fine. So if we actually look down here, as you see, that was the AUD CAD trade here, which we were in for 1.45 weeks, which again is quite a lot. And if we actually go through the stats now, you can see that we've taken 14 trades with a 43% win rate. This win rate isn't very accurate because, like I said at the start of the video, some trades are break even, some trades aren't full wins or full losses. So the only true way to actually find out your risk to reward and your win rate is obviously by going in your journal, saying which ones are break even, so you can actually see how many trades are actually fully winning, how many trades are fully losing, and when the trade does get closed early, what is the average risk to reward, so that you can actually work out if it is profitable in the long term. Obviously the sample size isn't massive right now. I'm not going to say, oh, this strategy is amazingly profitable because it only has been 3 months, but like I said in the previous video, I was going to trade this account just to show you guys the progress and how I'm actually managing trading into a new strategy. You see the average win is 58 pips and the average loss is 33 pips. Again, this is skewed because of trades closed early, but this is expected. You see the worst trade 54 pips, best trade 134 pips. Again, you can't really get a lot from this because we don't know the lot size. We don't know, the trade that won with 134 pips, if that had a 134 pip stop loss as well, it's only a 1-to-1. Whereas if that trade, the worst trade, a higher lot size, then again, it could be a bigger loss than the win actually is, or it could have even been equal. So that's, again, not really information that matters too much, but it would be quite worrying if the best trade was, a lot bigger than the worst trade. That's when the situation is not great for you. Just to emphasize, it's only 3 months. Hopefully we'll see what happens in the future, and this strategy again does keep working, and hopefully we can make more profit in the coming months. But if you want to learn how I trade, my day trading strategy that I brought over to the swing trading, the mentorship is in the description. Go check it out. I teach everything you need to know how to trade, all the trade breakdowns, access to the Discord community, so be sure to go and check that out. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.